I leave them at home.
Good morning, Tony Dattino, doing my Live with Tony, and I wanted to talk to you today about the Zoom call we had with our finalists for the 24th USA Memory Championship, and some of the issues or questions that came out about it, and a recommendation that is going to change the way we do it a little bit this year. So, first of all, congratulations to the 12 people that will be coming to Winter Park, Florida, at Full Sail University to compete to see who has got the best memory in the United States as we go through our 24th event at Full Sail University, which is they will be recording this, and in the populace can see the recordings on the 24th. So we decided this year not to do a live broadcast so that we can edit out parts that the home audiences were not finding useful, so they would sign off. So as a result, we said what we'll do is film it on the 23rd. We have 2 people that will edit it on the 24th, and everybody can start looking at it at that point. Now, big change we made. When we go to the event, we have a lumosity game that usually starts the day's activities off. And that game is used to sequence who sits in what chair. And what I've learned over the years of doing this, the mental athletes find that where they sit has a difference. And so how they seat. So the person who wins the lumosity game gets to pick the seat they want to pick. And I always used to think it would be the first seat in the front row, and it's not always the case. Now, in the past few years, we've let that seating stay for the whole day, for the whole series of events. What came about in our call on the Zoom session was a suggestion that why don't we let the mental athletes go through the words list. So the first event of the day is words, and as soon as you knock out so many people, then we have the remaining competitors that go on to the next event, which would be long-term memory. The suggestion was made is, well, why don't you let the people that are left go through as many words as they can and see where it tops out. And so the home audience can basically see how far can you remember a list of 200 words, and can they remember 100? Can they remember 200? What's the max that the mental athletes are showing that they're able to do? So we'll eliminate the 3 people from our first event, and then we will let the remaining 9 continue their round until they top out. Now, the last person that tops out gets to pick his seating for the second event of the day. And so rather than keep the lumosity seating throughout, what we will do is, if you scored the highest in terms of the word list, and the second in the word list, and the third, we will let you seed yourself as to where you want to sit in the long-term memory event. And the same thing in long-term memory, we'll keep that rolling until everybody tops out, and then we'll let that seating dictate how we do with the Tea Party event. And by the time we're done with that, we're down to the deck of cards, and it doesn't matter where the seating is. It's only 3 seats, and put them where they want to sit. So to that regard, that was a really helpful, constructive thing from the mental athletes. We had a really good Zoom session on this Monday evening, and we're all excited about the opportunity of what we're trying to accomplish, which is to show people here's what normal, average human beings are capable of doing if they decided they could improve their memory. They could improve their memory, and they believed that. They took the time to practice and learn some of the mnemonics and or some of the techniques. They were willing to do the practice, so they had a learning and then a practicing, and then would be willing to be brave enough to compete in a competition. And that's what the event's all about. And so, as I said to them on Monday evening, the fact that all of you have come where you've come, you're already a winner. You're already in the game of life. You've already won because you've learned some skills and some fundamentals that you'll be able to use throughout your whole life. And there's nothing better than having intellectual property in your head of skills that you can learn on how do you remember, comprehend things you may need to do for work, policies or customer service issues or financial issues and terms. Remembering how to remember people's names and faces and key data bits about them that build connection, relationships, and networking. And so they're set in learning those skills to come to compete in our 24th event. And I think that's pretty awesome and fairly pretty exciting from my perspective, because I've seen the difference it's made in the lives of people over 24 years of doing so. And what's exciting to me right now, and a lot of good things seem to be coming in one direction here right now, which is I've now got 2 school systems that are looking to do something in training students at the high school level on the techniques and the skills of maximum memory mastery. So we've got an online course, Maximum Memory Mastery, and we're looking to use that as a fundamental to teaching students what mnemonics are, how they can use them in school, and possibly create mental athletes teams that may compete within their own school or within their own environment or at some national level. So we've got that going back in, and so with 2 really excited teachers that really have a belief in what we're doing and how we can make a difference in the students that are part of their academic curriculums. So that's exciting, and we're working on putting that together. But back to the competition, we've asked the mental athletes to arrive at 12 o'clock. We should be done by 4 o'clock if all goes well. We still will have speakers in the event. The mental athletes ask that they have a 15 to 20 minute break in between the events. And so at that point, we do have speakers. We would hope to have someone from Lumosity and have Bob Schaefer or Seth Gorson speak on their behalf. We will have Michael Dattino do a presentation that he's been using at the universities for students and a study that he's been involved in for the last 3 years. We will probably we'll ask Robert Ajamian from MIT to be a part. So we'll have at least 3 speakers in between the events. But the mental athletes do appreciate and do ask for a break as opposed to just running through the events one right after another. And of course, our 5-time champion, Nelson Dellis, will be with us doing interviews of different people and having different dialogues and questions with them. So we do have a pretty active day that starts at 12 o'clock, and we want to start the competition by 1 o'clock. And then we do the recordings and then work that Nelson and Patricia Pinson have volunteered to do, and that is to stream that down. So that's where we are. We shall see you. Hold on one second. Hello?
Hi, this is Cheryl calling back from CAD. How are you?
Hey, just hold on one second. I'll be right back to you.
No problem.
Hold on. So in any case, these are the things I wanted to share with you that came from our meeting on Monday, and we're excited, and timing is fast now. So now it's a matter of getting some of the press involved and getting some people to come. I think we're going to try to get spectators at this year's event. So have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you back here on Friday. I took a chance.